Yes, internets, social medias, and Facebook book place. Welcome to the black. Oh, there you are. I was welcoming them to the blackest show in America. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It happens. The blackness happens. What's going on, y'all? For the people that are on the feed, this is comedian slash warrior slash um, bungee cord jumper slash AKA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, forget it.
Shang. The people call him Shang. I'm Black Pedro. Savage AF is the name of the show. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. Don't worry, guys. We talk politics, hot topics, and current events in an I don't give a fluff kind of style. The algorithm tells us don't curse too early. It scares white ladies. So what we do is we keep
Just
it.
white ladies, nobody else.
Yeah, they're baking pies.
Oh yeah! Wow, that is such a stereotype of white ladies, man.
Well, if you don't think that's what these GOPers want them to be,
Yeah, that's true.
pregnant and pie baking in the house. That's not what we want, though. So that's what we're here to talk about. We will be cursing in about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. In the meantime, in between time, just know that most of the time, you can find us right here Monday through Friday, live, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook at the same damped time.
If you damped, is it damped?
Damped time. If you ever miss us live, it's your fault. It is your fault. Take the blame, look in the mirror, start your life over again tomorrow. But before you do that, you can go to our YouTube channel. The URL is scrolling
right
screen, youtube.com/C/SavageAFWorld, all one word.
And let them know our page, if you go subscribe to our channel, it's delicious, it's nutritious.
Yes.
And it'll make your skin glow and everything. So just go there and do this. Click the bell, use your thumbs. Some thumbs up. If you give us some thumbs up, it'll be better for you and everybody that you know. Okay, so make sure you do that. Also, I always forget to do this. You got to rate us because rating us actually helps us in the algorithm. How do you rate us? You comment, you share, you subscribe. And if you don't, it makes you crazy.
That's how I woke up this morning. Savage AF, man, forget your feelings. Facts matter. Some of you have been banned from YouTube, to be quite frank. I don't know what you did or said, but you probably deserved it. The thing is, that's what Facebook is for. They truly, and the way Mark Zuckerberg is spending money with Trumpty Dumpty, I really don't think they're going to care about the rules. So you can do anything on Facebook. We're there, SavageA.F. Look us up there on Facebook. Also, the most important thing beyond Facebook. Yeah. I mean, in terms of comedian entertainer life, forget your skills, all the writing you did, all of those credits,
all of the buses we caught to get to these shows, and
mean nothing.
And all of the children you saved from a burning tree, which I mean, all of those things.
It doesn't matter unless you have followers on Instagram. Okay, I am not a legitimate human without a certain amount of followers. So follow at Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang. Same game, different name. Threads at Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang. Again, a different game, but the names remain the same.
On Blue Sky.
Blueski.
All right, so make sure you follow on that. We're giving you all the information because that's how you set up a podcast or podcast. And right now, we're the only line of defense because apparently the rest of the media is flip-flopping and flipping their ass up and down just to cater to the orange clown. And so we're the Savage, Savage AF.
You see,
this is our we are the line of defense. When you see Pedro, he's a line of defense. I am a line of defense to help you know that the media don't want to say the stuff we gonna say, but we saying the shit that we want to say.
And you know what? We understand that we are building a defensive army here at Savage AF. And each of y'all who are following us right now and watching with us right now live, you are a soldier. Salute you. Lady Hazel May. She's in charge of bullets and biscuits. Okay. LG, she runs our hand-to-hand combat program. JRA NYC.
We've gone full military, haven't we?
JRA NYC is on night watch.
Wow.
Get him some coffee. No other Miranda. She honestly just likes to walk around base and slap people. We should probably talk about that. That's where we are. YT Johnson could be a double agent. So we got somebody.
I think that person, YT Johnson, aka confused, aka could deserve to be bitch slapped by a bunch of angry bitches.
He does win the hot mess hall.
Yeah, but I'm not saying we would ever do that to you because I'm not trying to catch a case. But this is something I want to let y'all know. This is something I want to add to the show until this happens. We got an inauguration that's going to come up, which is going to be an absolute shit show. $200 million is going to be spent on this inauguration, but they can't. But they're threatening to take money away from California for the funding they need pertaining to the fires. But they can have $200 million to, try to exalt this fake fucking dictator. But
it's funny. Half them, I bet you, most of the Palisades and Malibu people who lost their home voted for Trump because they the ultra rich who need that tax.
Yeah. So
ironic.
Yeah, it's ironic, but this is what I say to everybody else. We want to let's make January 20th National Turn Off Your TV Day. Don't watch that. Don't watch that shit. Don't let him get ratings. Don't let him get none of that. National January 20th, National Turn Off Your TV Day.
If I want to see a bunch of crackers that day, I'm going to catch up on Yellowstone. Right. Okay.
Or I'm going to buy some saltines.
There you go. Yeah, man. Let's, I guess we should go ahead and get into
I think so. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts, man.
I mean, how you really feel about it, man?
Black Pedro here.
Yeah.
This is your show today. It's Wednesday, January 15th.
Really, what you really feel, man?
Hey, man, I'm trying to tell them, bro. It's Wednesday, January 15th, 2024 in the time-space continuum. It's 3:09 on the West Coast. I'm sipping tequila and grapefruit soda.
What kind of tequila are you sipping today?
A reposado.
I don't know what that is, but it sounded good.
You know what it is, man. All right, so here we go. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. Shang, I know you said you had some other.
Oh yeah.
But I definitely wanted to pop off today's show talking about one POS in general, which usually stands for piece of shit. But I would like to start off today's show talking about a different POS, which stands for Pete of shit. You see what I did?
He did. He took the word and he made it.
Look, I know I'm making it easy, guys, but it's hard to do this drunk.
But yeah, we're talking about this guy.
Pete Hegseth, the nominee for Secretary of Defense. He would run the Department of Defense. I think that department alone has about, no joke, I think is it 300,000 employees?
300,000. It's 300,000 employees, and he couldn't even, prevent 8 employees from being audited and constantly was sexually harassing them.
He oversaw a Boy Scout troop once and came back with a dead duck and some moose hair and lost all the kids.
Also,
a damn thing.
I don't want to direct this at Pedro, but he's a raging alcoholic. See, Pedro just sips. He sips the tequila. He still can manage to say his words. And you know what? Not one sexual harassment case with Pedro. Not one.
And I don't, I really don't rage when I drink. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty good. You're pretty much. Yeah, you're not. I've been around him when he's been faded, and he's just more like, "Hey, everybody," and then he'll talk to women and go, "Hey, who wants my dick in you?" Like, and the women go, "Me, Pedro." And he goes, "All right, then you just line up. Come on,
Get in the line. One at a time.
I get permission.
He gets permission. I mean, I didn't.
Guess who doesn't, apparently? Your boy Hegseth.
This guy.
The story is Pete of shit. Hegseth was coddled by GOP and throttled by the Dems.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You know, the GOP Republican senators on the the Armed Services Committee, they were asking this man questions like, how many genders are there? And he was like, these many? And they were like, see, he qualified.
Right. Yeah. They were like, you never got drunk at work? You never got drunk at work and stuck your dick in the fucking Xerox machine? Not one of you? Not one of you. Come on. I know some one of you have. Come on. Wilson, I know you have. I've seen you do it. But none of you. And it was just the most pap softball bullshit from the GOP. I had some video on it. I don't know if you had. I have video on it. I wanted to show y'all. Look at this dude, this misinformed misanthrope. Yeah, I use those back to back. Misinformed misanthrope. Here it is.
You talked about the Indo-Pacific a little bit, and I'm glad that you mentioned it. Can you name the importance of at least one of the nations in the ASEAN, and what type of agreement we have with at least one of those nations? And how many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact amount of nations in that, but I know we have allies in South Korea and Japan and in AUKUS with Australia, and trying to work on submarines with them.
Mr. Hegseth, none of those countries are in ASEAN. None of those three countries that you've mentioned are in ASEAN. I suggest you do a little homework before you prepare for these types of negotiations.
One of your colleagues said that you got drunk at an event at a bar and chanted, "Kill all Muslims." Another colleague, not anonymous, we have this, said that you took co-workers to a strip club. You were drunk. You tried to dance with strippers. You had to be held off the stage. And one of your employees in that event filed a sexual harassment charge as a result of it. Now, I know you denied these things, but isn't that the kind of behavior that, if true, would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, anonymous false charges.
They're not anonymous. And I'll just conclude and say this to the chairman. You claim that this was all anonymous. We have seen records with names attached to all of these, including the name of your own mother. So don't make this into some anonymous press thing. We have seen multiple names of...
You brought your mama into this.
And you know who else told us about you? Your mother. God damn. Oh my God.
You said your mama anonymous?
You don't know who that is?
Oh, LG, yeah. His mom sent him an email years ago.
You're a bad person.
Yeah, she was just like, you basically are a misogynist pig who treats women like shit. Get your shit together. And she since, went on like conservative platforms. I know she was on Fox, kind of trying to backtrack it, but it was out there. It was out there. Yes, Raina Love, the mother knows her childrens. Now, listen, in his one defense, I guess, or just to be honest, full disclosure, I didn't know what ASEAN was or where the ASEAN countries.
But he should know.
Tammy, but I'm not running for secretary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just drunk Negro on the couch. I don't need to know that. But what I did do, my homework, looked it up.
Wait a minute. What? You know how you said it? What we're not gonna do. That's old black man shit. You are getting older, man, because that was a.
But what I did do is I looked it up on the interwebs. I still got my Encyclopedia Britannicas. It's the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which includes Brunei, Burma, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. I will say that I thought Burma was now known as Myanmar because I've been there and they didn't. Well, whatever. But either way, it's the fourth largest trading partner. And together represents a market with a GDP of more than $2.9 trillion. Population of 647 million people. You would think that a guy who run America's defenses would know that. Would know.
Or would have a little bit more information. If you look at the entire thing, he got dog walked the entire time. He couldn't answer any questions. He kept saying like, "Hey, but luckily for the grace of Jesus Christ, yeah, I did a few things. Yeah, I stuck my finger in one of the employees' buttholes without permission. But guess what? With the grace of Jesus Christ, I'm changed." And they were like, "Motherfucker, that was yesterday." Well, I mean, Jesus talked to me this morning, and that's amen. Fuck you. We're GOP.
Damani Jones said, "Buddy looked like Archie Bunker. He needs to go hide in a bunker because they dropped bombs on his ass."
The whole time it was this. And the whole time.
But yeah, here's the thing. Beyond all of and fellas, holla if you hear me, because I know I got some real ones in here, man. Beyond his lack of knowledge of what ACN is, or the allegations of his behaviors and things like that, the one thing that really hit me, just as a normal dude, is this allegation that he tried to get up on the stage and dance with the strippers.
Everybody knows you ain't supposed to do that.
As a normal dude, I've been fucked up drunk at some strip clubs. This is not really my world, but I've been. I do know that you do not, as a man, belong up on stage with
Wait a minute.
Damn strippers.
Why are you saying like that? I have been. I mean, not that I condone it, but I have partook.
Well, I go for the buffet, but
yeah, I go to talk to the strippers about my feelings.
Shane be trying to get them back in school. Like, all you got to do is get an associate.
You know what, baby? You ain't got to. This is the wrong path for you. Do you want a lap dance? No, I want a chance to reach you. I just
and again, I'm being serious, LG. It's strip clubs ain't really my thing, but having gone once or 100 times,
at least,
I've come to understand that me, none of my homies, or any other dude in the building belongs up on stage.
Right.
Unless you are hired to like clean the pole in between strippers, but typically they do that themselves.
Right.
So that alone just shows me that this man lacks serious judgment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he should. You're supposed to bring a bottle of echinacea so you can spray the pole down. Everybody knows you use echinacea. Makes the pole better.
Also, that's the lead stripper's name as well.
Well, please welcome to the stage, echinacea. And right after her, fallopian tube. Listen, what I'm saying to you is this dude is god awful. Like, he's god awful. And this is one of the people the GOP felt is the person. And I found this meme. I had to show this meme. It's not a meme. It's just basically, should committing a sexual assault be disqualifying? To a Secretary of Defense. Not a hard question. Couldn't answer it. Should spousal abuse be disqualifying? Again, didn't answer it. Should drunkenness on the job be disqualifying? This motherfucker could not answer none of them.
Well,
ask me a basic ass question in life, and I'm gonna do what he did. Go ahead.
Shang, is punching a baby the right thing to do?
I wouldn't know. What do you mean by baby?
Shang, if your neighbor plays their music too loud, would it be wrong to board up their doors and windows and set it on fire with them inside?
What do you mean by fire?
Shang, if you see an old lady,
mm-hmm.
Can you kick her? Should you kick her?
I would say, what age are we talking about, old lady?
They were like, is SA wrong? And he was like, that is an anonymous smear campaign. Yeah. That was a yes or no question.
They're all yes or no questions.
If you go to the strip club, true or false, anonymous smear campaign.
Everything with the right, the Republicans, with all of them, they keep saying they deny. even when you have concrete evidence, he said, no, it's not anonymous. We got their names. And he kept going, it's anonymous. No, it's not. Stop. Somebody choke this motherfucker out if he don't listen. It's not anonymous. It's not anonymous.
This one Dem got him good though, because he was like, in the past and in your book, you said you've overcome some like challenges in your life and turned your life around. He's like, did you actually overcome some problems in your life, or is this an anonymous smear campaign? Because it can't be both. You can't be like, I overcame my alcoholism because I never drank. Like, when nigga, he was either an alcoholic and you overcame this shit, or you were never a drinker at all. But
either or. But you know what?
Overcome shit that you didn't do.
The Republicans are the most horrible people. The GOP, the Grand Old Party, is the most horrible people on the planet. They deserve they ass kicked. As in the words
politically.
No. I mean, like in real life, like absolutely. Yeah, no. I mean, it's just straight up, like knuckle bundle, bam to the grill. I mean, they just stop it. Stop.
By the way, kids, wrestling is not real. So
yeah, but they deserve they ass kicked because they are all suckling the ball sack of this felon. They are all selling their soul for this felon, and then they act like what?
Huh?
Yeah.
JRA NYC points out, I think, what you're saying right now too. He said that list automatically qualifies him because he's like every other savage colonizer. And when you think about the administration that he's potentially stepping into, with Captain grab him by the pussy, and I mean, these motherfuckers couldn't put together a true sentence if it was red is red.
Red.
Find a way to make that.
What do you mean by red?
Right, exactly.
Like everything he said was all deflection, bullshit, lies, going back to the religious trope. And you got to think about it this way. What about motherfuckers that don't believe in your bullshit? What if you're an atheist, but you're a Democrat or a Republican, so you can't constantly go to, well, yeah, okay, I was at the Walmart, that was me, and yes, I took one of the knives off the shelf and stabbed him, but Jesus now has exonerated me from all my sins from 5 minutes ago.
Who's his attorney? Rick James? I ain't never stepped on Eddie Murphy's couch. Yeah, I stepped on Eddie's couch. Nigga, which one was it?
He is the worst, and guess what? He got a chance of getting in there.
That was his response when you ask him, when you say young, how young are we talking? We got hair.
I mean,
yeah, a felon who wears adult Pampers. That's who he's looking to work for. Guys like Rudy Giuliani. These aren't big shoes for Hegseth to fill. Like the bums in the first Trump administration. Like these are low life, worm-bellied individuals. So, in some ways, sure, I'm sure his resume doesn't sound that bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, this is what we are going into in about a week. And I think that he's going to get through because the GOP is just, they were just softest ball questions I ever seen in my life. But the one dude that said, none of y'all ain't never got drunk. None of you. You ain't never made a mistake, got drunk, at a party, put your dick on one of the girls' foreheads while she was sitting there. You ain't never did. Nobody. Bueller. Nobody.
I mean, if you took your staff to a strip club, I feel like that's just like one of those things that's hard to keep under wraps.
What's up, Gina?
Like if you take a staff to a strip club, somebody gonna talk about. You know what I mean? Like that'd be a hard thing to lie about. And apparently, after he tried to dance with Echinacea on stage, one of the staffers filed a sexual harassment complaint. So there's just a paper trail of these events
of the fuckery. You're saying that even with that, everybody in the feed, anybody that watches the show, even with that, even though you're MAGA and your mind is diluted and you're filled with like just old rusty nails in your brain and pieces of crusty shit that been drying for decades. Even with all of the facts, you're still going to rock with this dude. You're still going to rock with these fucking unqualified pieces of shit. You're still going to do that just to get back at the Dems. Yeah, I showed you. I hired a guy that was a rapist to run a child's organization. Like, really? Why don't you hire a pedophile? I mean, a pedophile. You hire a pedophile to be the kindergarten crossing guard.
Compare his experience to Lloyd Austin, Gina Emerson says. Now,
we know that.
You know what it is. And here's another thing we really want to, highlight and focus on. It's not just the lying or avoidance, but why it's happening and what it means, right? Is that if somebody asks you, did you take your staff to a strip club, right? And you're just like, that's an anonymous smear campaign, which doesn't answer the question, right? But assumes, no, he didn't, right? But under oath in front of a congressional committee, right? If he says that's false, it didn't happen, he's now lied.
Right.
And he can't do that. And if he says true, he indicts himself. So slippery talk, while it sounds stupid, it is clever bullshit.
It's slick. It's slick.
Slick bullshit, yeah.
But Pedro, if he says he didn't, which I wish he would have, but he did say anonymous. But if you show him a picture of himself, is this you grabbing at this woman on the thing? Yeah, that's me. Is this a receipt from your credit card when you came in there? Yeah, that's my credit card. Like like the Democrats, I think, took a L from this standpoint. They went hard to paint, but they didn't go hard enough, in my opinion. They should have been.
Who, the Dems?
The Dems, no, they didn't go hard enough. That's their problem.
I mean, there's only so much they can do. Right? I mean, like, I think they hit him with the questions. I'm not sure what other thing they could have asked. And
the one dude, what's his name? He was vice presidential. What is his name? Shit. He's on the video I just showed.
You talked about the Indo-Pacific a little bit, and I'm glad that you mentioned it. Can you name the importance of at least one of the nations in the ASEAN, and what type of agreement we have with at least one of those nations? And how many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact amount of nations in that, but I know we have allies in South Korea and Japan and in AUKUS with Australia and trying to work on submarines with them.
Mr. Hegseth, none of those countries are in ASEAN. None of those 3 countries that you've mentioned are in ASEAN. I suggest you do a little homework before you prepare for these types of negotiations.
One of your colleagues said that you got drunk at an event at a bar and chanted, "Kill all Muslims." Another colleague, not anonymous, we have this, said that you took coworkers to a strip club. You were drunk. You tried to dance with strippers. You had to be held off the stage. And one of your employees in that event filed a sexual harassment charge as a result of it. Now, I know you denied these things, but isn't that the kind of behavior that, if true, would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, anonymous false charges.
They're not anonymous. And I'll just conclude and say this to the chairman. You claim that this was all anonymous. We have seen records with names attached to all of these, including the name of your own mother. So don't make this into some anonymous press thing. We have seen multiple names of.
Wow. And
mama.
With the mama thing, the reason I showed that again is also that same senator actually said, "Did you cheat on your wife 2 weeks after y'all were married and had a baby with another woman, and then it did it again?" And he kept going back to, I mean, maybe, you know what? Luckily, Jesus Christ. Hey, man, Jesus ain't going to get you out of all of this time, okay? It's you. You're a horrible human being. So is that other lady that is what's her name? The little robot girl that they got now. Bondi.
Oh.
Yeah, Pam Bondi,
Pam
who
Bondi.
I have some video of that. I have some video of that, but I didn't know if we wanted to separate it. But I wanted to show how she was full of shit, and she couldn't.
I didn't see her her testimony, but
I got it.
We did talk about her being a lobbyist for one of the largest private prison companies in America, and now she's trying to be America's top cop. So let me see. America's newest top cop has ties with the prison system, which looks to lock people up so that they can flip Chick-fil-A sandwiches in Alabama.
Right.
For free. Or fight fires in LA for $5 a day.
And also, Pam Bondi is also a like when I say she is leasing apartments up Trump's ass right now. But they took her to task too. I got to show the video. Like, she couldn't even say basic shit.
Who won the 2020 presidential election?
Joe Biden is the president of the United States.
Ms. Bondi, you know that there is a difference between acknowledging it and, I can say that Donald Trump won the 2024 election. I may not like it, but I can say it. You cannot say who won the 2020 presidential election. Okay. It's disturbing. I'd like to know whether you agree with some of the statements President-elect Trump made during the election, during the campaign. First, are the felons convicted of breaking into the Capitol on January 6th hostages or patriots? I'm quoting Trump, as President-elect Trump has said repeatedly. Do you agree with his characterization of the felons that I referred to?
I am not familiar with that statement, Senator.
I just familiarized you with that statement. Do you agree with that statement?
I'm not familiar with it, Senator.
Oh!
Bitch, I just told you.
Well, hold up. I'm not going. Let's rewind the reality.
Yeah,
I just told you. I just said it.
Hang Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence.
Yeah, what part of these people are wretched? Any of you people that are in the feed that even slightly support them, I hope you get herpes simplex 10 in your butthole, and your butthole swell up and close up and all the shit back into your brain and you explode. Fuck them and fuck you. And this next 4 years is going to be a fuck show. Fucktasticness coming our way.
I hope you get Fiona'd from Shrek and turn back into the ogres that you fucking are.
Yeah, that's just horrible. Did you see?
Turns green and has mushrooms for ears.
Yeah, mushrooms for just mushroom ears. I'm trying to figure out the constant playing dumb. I agree with you, LG. I'm
not dumb, but I play one on TV.
Just playing dumb, constantly playing dumb, constantly saying, I'm not familiar. Did you know Trump did such and such? And they go, who's Trump? Wearing my hat. What are you talking about?
Talking about Eric or Don Jr.?
Yeah. Or oranges. I need you to specify. Oranges, bitch.
I mean, not ripe. Oranges are green.
Yeah, are they? Okay, so you're not gonna specify. All right. So you just keep saying that shit. Wait. Oh, did you see the video where the one lady said, "Yeah, we can take it outside"? Did you see that yet?
With Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, and she's about to get
Nancy Mace.
Yeah, it was Nancy Mace. She was about to get dog walk. Like, okay, bitch, I will be right in the front.
Wait. Why did Jasmine Crockett hit her with, is this the same bitch that got her arm broken by a child and called the Capitol Police over a handshake? Like, child, please.
Please.
I've been in court with real killers. She went hip hop on her. I run with real killers.
First off, let me tell you something. All right. I used to go on tour with Wu-Tang. We real killers. I mean, she hit her
like Cameron. Real killers, nigga. That's illa, nigga. It's like an eclair custard filler, nigga.
I mean, Jasmine always brings the heat, but I'm telling y'all right now, this is what I'm seeing for the next 4 years of just total fuckery. We gotta right now. There's tariffs. The tariff thing we were trying to do with Mexico and Canada. Canada already said, you know what? Fuck around and find out. You will be in a tariff war that you will lose. Okay, we will literally cut off the electricity to at least 3 places in America because we run that shit. Also, Panama is actually gearing up for a possible war because he insinuated that he's military force is not on off the table. Greenland just put $100 million into their fucking, we buying tanks, we buying guns, we got slingshots, nunchucks. All right, I hired a couple of niggas that's been, on parole, but everybody know they did it. They're gonna be over in Greenland. It's that bad, man.
Listen, I know, and this message is for Greenland and Panama, and obviously any country that's
Canada, in Mexico.
But just if Pete Hegseth does get through as Secretary of Defense, you should find some comfort that this motherfucker is too dumb to find y'all on a map.
Yeah.
So Greenland, you safe because that motherfucker will strike India before finds where the fuck you are. Panama, stay right where you are because that motherfucker don't know. Don't
Italy goes, what did you bum us? I'm like, nobody. Oh shit, I did.
Italy sound funny. I'm sure it's dark.
I didn't know Greenland. Greenland, Italy. Y'all you got green in your flag. He got green in their flag. I'm sorry. I mean, this is how bad it is. So you people out there, notice we don't want to go ostrich for this next 4 years. At first, I thought, fuck it, put my head down, see if I can get through this next 4 years. Because I'm going to be a senior citizen when this motherfucker's not. I won't be super senior, but I'll be super soaker close. And I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to put my head down. But then I decided, fuck them and fuck the government and fuck with they getting the smoke and the business and the hand sandwiches and the back five every chance I get.
Knuckle bundle.
Yeah.
It's a new package from T-Mobile. You can knuckle bundle.
Right. And you can get two people for one and brain basket busted.
The price of one.
Yeah.
But family asked what packages.
People didn't want me to post. Were telling me you should just post jokes, and just because you're a comic, you don't seem very comedic. One, I am funny, suck our dicks. Two, and nobody can tell me that. That's already been proven over years. Secondly, I'm a man first. I'm a human being first. I'm a black man first, and I can speak on the shit that's going on. In fact, I got in an argument with somebody on the live where they were saying, well, you speak about racism all the time. Why don't you just let it go? So if you stomp on my toe and I say, hey, man, don't stomp on my toe. Am I wrong for saying something about that? Or am I supposed to just shut up and dribble? Fuck you. Fuck all y'all. And that's it. Knuckle bundle. Yes.
JRAMIC says he wants to be a dictator. Here's the thing. He's already a dictator. He just needs some more dick to taste.
Oh, you just went disgusting. You're just disgusting, man. That was disgusting. Why would you say something like that, Pedro? What's wrong with you? Well, even Pete went, ugh.
Damn.
This dude got that mask from Jerry. That like the movie The Mask. What is that face?
That's the face when he gets to the West Wing, the Oval Office, and they're like, yeah, you just got to suck Trump's dick first. He'll be like, all right, fine. And then he'll get right to business.
Why didn't you say that from the get-go?
That's all I had to do. By the way, Lady Hazel May says, Shang, you could be my hospice husband. Ooh, look at y'all changing each other's diapers and doing all kind of nasty shit.
Yeah, that's when you see old men do this. All right, now. Don't get it started, girl.
But yeah, I think throughout this process with most of these nominees, as most of them aren't serious or prepared, I can't wait to see Cash Money Millionaire Patel in front of them people, and he's trying to be the FBI director, and they're like, do you think drugs are illegal? And he's like, what'd you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Drugs? Y'all got some? Well, yeah, no, we'll confiscate those right now.
Oh my God! And he's between these two
off the sheets and into me. He looks like a cocaine monkey.
He is so out of
on a raccoon and rolled.
Put it this way: his top eyelid has never touched the top of his eye. It's always
since college. I'm gonna tell you.
It's always this.
By the way, goon belly hoe biscuit.
Wow, goon belly hoe biscuit. That's a new one. That's a new one. I never heard that one. Wow, you pulled that out the coffers. Yes, I seen Shut Up and Dribble. I thought it was insulting as fuck for these blonde, bimbo, white, privileged, didn't really work to get shit, didn't have a journalist background, but all of a sudden you're the head of the fucking, you're the head speaker about black men and speaking out about racism, and shut the fuck up. When they tell you shut up and dribble, or if because we're comics, they tell you, why don't you just shut up and tell jokes? Why don't you shut up and suck my ass? Fuck you. I'm on one. I'm on one from now on. From now on, y'all get into business. And anybody, I'm at a show and we in the green room and you decide to go into that shit before I've been like, yo, fuck it, I ain't gonna say that. You get into business all day, every day. Your mama, everybody.
Because it's a bunch of, honestly, in comedy, like, fuck the management and producer side of it, the studio and side of it. On stage, Shang and I, on a weekly basis, encounter racist ass cracker monkey, frosted flake, or as I like to call them, whitewashed cornflake, biscuit dust motherfuckers, dried moth, spider web, toenailed.
He just goes deeper and deeper into absurdity.
These white boys and some of them white women that are fucking racist ass pieces of shit. And it's like you work into your setting and you're in your professional mode, even though I'm doing drugs, I'm drinking, but that's part of the training.
You know what? That ain't nothing. But come on, man. You could be there.
Every now and then these conversations come up or you hear them say shit. Man, I had to hold my tongue at the gym today. Because these motherfucking talking about all this fire shit, and these are all a bunch of rich dudes who are either in real estate or it's a lot of fucking personal injury lawyers, PI lawyers as they call them, who are in my gym. And all of their little theories about the fire and what's gonna happen and I'm like, man, if y'all don't shut y'all rich asses up,
if y'all don't shut the fuck up,
if you don't know the fucking thing about fighting a fire or any of this shit, shut the fuck up.
And if you look at how the new president that you ice slice have voted in,
ice slice,
you voted them in. This motherfucker is not. He don't give a fuck about California, and the fact that they used a threat, like we won't give you funding. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck? Did you hear my voice? Who the fuck?
And again, a lot of those victims of these fires are really, really rich people, billionaires. But
James Wood crying.
Yeah, they might not be a million. They might not be out of their only home, but they're out of a home. They've lost revenue. And these guys in the gym today, I'm ear hustling. You can't really help it, but I call it fake meditating, where I just sit there in the sauna sweating my ass off. But the whole time in my head, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to punch you.
Get you, man. Come out of here. I swear to God.
Crack your head on the side.
I'm going to crack your skull, nigga.
But I'm just sitting there zen as fuck.
I do that all day. I'm talking about everywhere.
But they said this one dude in the Palisades said he knew a guy, had a 3-story home worth $10 million in the Palisades, and the insurance, wiped out by the fire, and the insurance company is offering like 1.3 million or something. And it's just like these companies are about to fuck these people over. This administration will, and especially if they get into this whole, well, California didn't help us, so we're not going to help them.
Oh yeah, that's that bullshit.
These people specifically in these West Side fires, Malibu, all that shit, they probably voted for you, dog. Like they want your tax break. But if you don't give them a break, then your whole little system gonna break.
Well, the bottom line is y'all about to all these incredibly rich people about to find out how it feels. and just they ain't gonna break you off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. That ain't they ain't.
Well, if you say give me a break, that might be all you get. Is
The bottom line is I feel a little bit of empathy, but I feel more empathy for the people in Altadena area, which those are a lot of people that are regular folks, not super rich people. That one of my homes.
Historically, Altadena was one of the few areas in Southern California that wasn't redlined. Generationally, Black people have been able to own homes there. Altadena, I believe, is like 16% Black, something like that. But it's 81% home ownership among the Black population there. So 81% of the Black people that live in Altadena own that home. It's been passed down. It's a formula for generational wealth. It is the formula for generational wealth for your common person in America. It was denied from us in so many areas around this country. Altadena is one of those specific ones, and that's it. You know what I mean? Those houses are wiped out. So even above Palisades and Malibu, like I said, I would love to see what they actually do with the Black and brown people that have owned homes for decades and generations in Altadena. It's
YT Johnson, stop it. Just stop.
Bro, we like Unc and Ocho. You can't
look. Let me tell you something. First off, listen. YT, listen, listen, YT. First off, I'll beat your ass. I will beat your ass. I'll beat your ass from stem to stern. You understand me? I will work you. You know what I'm saying? Say my name 3 times. See if I don't show up. Shang. And guess what's gonna happen? I will show up in your window and beat your ass. You better watch yourself.
Tell him, Monk.
God damn it. You understand? I'm 6'5", 545 pounds of muscle, and I'm talking about just my arms. You don't want none of this.
Tell him, Monk. Tell him.
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened. What I air hustled. I was at in the Grove, and I heard some very rich peoples go, "Boy, there's gonna be a lot of real estate to buy," and their first thing was vulture,
Come on.
It was vulture shit. It was like, man, let's just step over the dead bodies and get this, real estate, just like they did in Hawaii.
So these guys in the gym today were talking about how, builders, individual contractors, they have to put up these bonds, and they're not going to want to put up their bonds because they're going to be under greater scrutiny for the building practices and materials. And, these $10 million homes be made out of paper mache and your child's crayon box. And then they overprice the shit, right? So they're not going to want to bond up on an area that's vulnerable like that moving in. And so, some of these guys are speculating that's where Rick Caruso was a name that was specifically brought up, who recently ran against Karen Bass for mayor of Los Angeles, but is a huge real estate developer. And this one guy was just like, he's a genius. He's like so set up to like just take over that area, and just some big realtor like him is just going to come in and take over the whole area and build these massive estates, and it won't be any homes, or it'll just be like condos where people won't need insurance and blah, blah, blah. Because, insuring these homes out here is going to become an issue. But none of the conversations I've heard about is, how do we as a country, as a state, as a city, get all of those families back in their homes and back on their feet?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, it's not about that. It's like what opportunities this will provide. And I'm like, bruh, you're supposed to like help the people get back in their homes.
Right. And that's the problem I have with Donald Trump, and anybody else that likes Donald Trump. I hope that you die. Listen, and
they're going to sing, but it's how.
Sooner than later.
I hope you get attacked by a pod of dolphins.
Right. When you sing it, it doesn't make it as aggressive. I hope you get stabbed in the gut and die slow. See, it makes it, it's not as bad.
Download Shane's new R&B album, Blade to the Heart. It's
beautiful.
It's a metaphor for murder, but still.
But it don't. It's so beautiful when the way it rolls off my lips, stab you in the gut. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna see how this all shakes out because we don't live in that area. Me and Pedro don't live in that area, and even though so we don't.
I be having to tell people, they're like, "You good?" I'm like, I can't afford a house, let alone one on a hill in America.
All right,
or in LA.
Put it this way: I can afford a house. I just can't afford one here.
Exactly.
I mean, I could buy a house in Detroit. I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah. I can buy 2 houses.
If we're gonna have stipulations, then in that sense, I could also buy a house, just not one with a roof. You know what I mean?
Other than that, no problem.
Gotcha.
A house with a roof, and to keep it real, and plumbing.
Windows are optional.
I don't know about the window part. Now you're getting a little bit too fancy.
I can't afford the burnt down land in Palisades right now. Like, nigga, if you got a chimney that's still up in Palisades, I'm like, I'm gonna have to put things together to get this chimney. Shit. So that's how valuable, quote unquote, that land was economically and real estate wise. But this whole time, I'm like, what are they actually going to do to get people back into those homes?
I think that there's going to be help if you look at the housing. The California Housing Association is going to really try to make sure people get back to where they were, but it's going to be a hard task.
If you are 1 year, 2 year in to a 30-year, $5 million mortgage on a house in the Palisades, and yeah, you and your wife, y'all make money, y'all got dough, you making your pay, you fine, but then the shit burns down and gets devalued down to $800,000 or something like that they're gonna pay you.
Welcome to Black people's lives.
I'm like, are we about to have a whole other homeless problem in LA where it's just like billionaires on the street? Like, but you know, some people act like homeless people are so annoying or an inconvenience, but they're just trying to get by. Can you imagine an entitled homeless person?
Hey, that's Steve Gutenberg, and he's like, "Hey, I was in the police academy. Hey, remember me?" He walks up to you dancing. Hey, man, you got any change?
Or just like the ones we don't know that aren't famous, but they're just like rich as fuck, but lost all their shit, and now they're outside of 7-Eleven in a fur coat, like, you only have $10? Bitch, you broke.
Yeah, you smell like cinder. Shut up. I'm gonna tell you right now. But this last thing I wanted to talk about.
Compton's finest done hit him with the trading places. Thank you, Mr. Mortimer.
If you put a person in position, right, $1. This is something I wanted to ask the people in the feed. I was itching. This shit made me go, I am going to get the illegal guns.
You can't say it out loud, dog.
Everybody, if you get shot by me, those bullets aren't legal. I don't care. Yo, watch this and tell me it ain't on like Donkey Kong. And I used the old hip hop phrase. Why not?
Imagine you're black.
This was a shocking moment caught on camera. Video obtained by our NBC affiliate KARE 11 shows David Matori trimming a tree outside his Minneapolis home Wednesday when, according to court documents, a bullet was fired from his neighbor's upstairs window.
The bullet went down through my neck and then all the way back to my spine.
Adding, the last 11 months since he and his wife moved in, they've been living a nightmare next door to John Shawshack. Court documents show the victim called police 19 times prior to the shooting for incidents including harassment, hate speech, and verbal threats. Shawshack has been charged with attempted murder, but he is not in jail. Police allowing him to stay in his home because they say he's a threat to himself and others.
The likelihood of an armed, violent confrontation where we may have to use deadly force with the suspect in this case is high. We are not going to bust the door down, guns blazing, and get into a deadly force situation.
If you're saying you're scared what does that do to me, you know?
Ah!
I saw this one, man, and it was one of those where I was like, no, don't bring that on the show, because then I'm going to say something like, if you live next door to a racist ass cracker like that, my niggas, buy a bazooka.
Yeah.
Get a tank, board up their windows, and smoke a fucking blunt on their porch.
Man, are you kidding me?
So
the cops,
especially if the cops do that. If their response is, I ain't going in there, well, nigga, all right.
Well, then now I got to do it. Now, but the bottom line is he shot this man 19 different times. They said this dude is racist and threatening and whatever else. They say that, yeah, we're going for attempted murder, and he doesn't get to. He gets to stay at home and watch Netflix.
Well, not just gets to stay at home, is at home because the cops are afraid to go in his house and get him because they are afraid of a potentially deadly confrontation.
Right. But with black people, they bust into Pedro's. Well, Pedro, they have a problem. They bust into Pedro.
Yeah, too, but
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're right. Yeah, I forgot about Leviathan.
Also be very
I forgot about Gertrude.
Everybody should be scared to kick in.
If you bust in, you kick in the door with the fofo, you're gonna get the fofo
between Gertrude, Bruce Leviathan, and Leviathan. You do not want to be here.
You don't want to bust.
Pepper is holding down my mom's home, but I'm just telling y'all, don't do it. But if you live in a situation like this, black people, and you call the cops 19 times and they refuse to do anything about it, and then you're just trimming a tree. And by the way, from what I saw in the video, this did not look like a 3, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. tree trimming.
It was daytime.
It seemed like a 3, 4, maybe 5 p.m. tree trimming. And as a guy who lives in a neighborhood where there's a leaf blower schedule, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And some mornings you're like, nigga, 8 o'clock, you got to blow leaves at 8 o'clock.
And
but it happens every week. The garbage truck comes. It's a bunch of noise in the neighborhood. It's Minneapolis. It's a major U.S. city in a large state. By the way, same place George Floyd was murdered by the cops.
Same place where the cops let it slide.
Not scared to lean on your neck for 9 minutes.
Yeah, but let me tell you something.
There's a violent white guy. Yeah, we don't like that.
One, I blame the cops first and foremost for their reaction. Like, we ain't going up in there. We're not going. Well, you want us to go up in there in danger? You bitches. You always act like tough guys. You bunch of bitches. Go up and take this motherfucker out, or take him out and put him in jail. Secondly, what would you have done if it was reversed? You shoot a little kid with a fake gun. If he got a fake gun, you roll up 30 seconds later, pop, pop, pop. You ain't scared of that. Y'all the most biggest bitches in the world, and fuck y'all.
With all that urban equipment that you use to break down black people's doors on a daily, you weren't scared to break into and bust down Breonna Taylor's door, and you thought that was a trap house, right? Like, which has as much armed danger risk as any other place. You know, it's just a bullshit excuse. Also, I don't know if it's my HD or whatever, but maybe the officer, the chief of police or whoever was talking appeared to be a black man or a man of color.
No,
which honest, he wasn't. He was white.
He wasn't. I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay. Either way, yeah. Especially if I was a person of color in the police, I'd be so eager. I'd be, nigga, I'm a lead. Y'all follow me. We getting this cracker. But you know, it's like there's no sane reason for a person to be acting like this, other than. And that's not other than. So with sanity is obviously out of the equation.
Exactly.
You're racist, psychotic.
Psychotic. He's a racist psychotic. And the bottom line is saltines must get crushed today.
Could you imagine, Shane, if, like, I'm just going to equate it to somebody else where it's just like ladies, if you ever hit me up 19 times,
19.
Yeah, my neighbor keeps trying to essay me. Yeah, they keep threatening to like come over here and
to me. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and you called me 19 times, and every time I was just like, damn, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Well,
so what this is what you say. So what you gonna do?
yeah. I mean, because like when you blame the police, it's like, I know there'd be voices out there were like, well, what do you want to do? He hadn't, but it's like there have been 19 calls about this person. Like there really seems like there should be some sort of check or intervention prior to a man getting shot through his neck.
Exactly. The cops show up when a little girl's selling water. Selling water. And a lady called on her.
No, Shane. She was selling water without a permit.
Oh,
yeah, motherfucker.
That's why the police had to show up. These black people was over there barbecuing, and they didn't offer you a piece. Oh, yeah.
By the way, who gave a permit to sell Africans?
All I know is that the bottom line is, if these police don't get their ass checked, but that's just Minneapolis. That's parts of Ohio. Ohio got sundown towns still. They got signs. If your black ass is still around when the sun goes down, you know what it is. I mean,
I honestly think every state does. Like I made a reference. Earlier in the show, I was like, if I want to watch a bunch of crackers or whatever, like in regards to Trump's inauguration, I'll just catch up on Yellowstone. But like me and my girlfriend been going through the show, and I'm just like, damn, white people are like, these aren't lawless, like that cowboy shit. It's like, this is a fictional, yes, but a documentation of the lawlessness of just rancher ass white boys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, these motherfuckers have no moral code other than the one
at all
to them. They kill, they murder, they do whatever they got to protect my land. It's been in my family ever since. And it's just like
Trump's doing the same thing. Trump's doing the same thing with Greenland. Well, we like it, so we're gonna come take it. And Greenland's like, no, motherfucker, we ain't for sale. And they go, but we really do like it, and we're gonna come take it.
But it's a bunch of lawless motherfuckers out here.
And that's why the double standard, if you look at what's going on with this situation, where we know what would have happened if it was brother that shot a white man through the neck and had 19 threats, it'd have been a wrap. That building would have been just blown up. It'd have been riddled. They'd have Swiss cheesed that house. So we know what it is. It made me go, I posted it, and I had a bunch of people saying, you're just fanning the flames of discourse and trying to make division. So again, I'm not allowed to say nothing about some fuckery. If you black, shut the fuck up. You ain't allowed to say nothing. But if you white, you can complain all day about, hey, I didn't like the fact there was, there's a black Captain America. What are we going to do about this world? Like, really? Really, you bitches? By the way, I saw the new trailer. It's going to have a rough time.
Yes. Waggy Johnson says, if Pedro was a prospective slave, the whole slave trade might have been canceled. You goddamn right.
I don't even know where that came from.
I would have outsmarted all that shit.
Yeah, and that was just dumb.
Slaver by his neck, and I hate when niggas.
Well, I put it this way:
I was a slave. I never would have.
No, if I was a slave, I would have been Killmonger. I would have been like flat out. And the people that know me, know that.
This your overseer?
Yeah, I would have did it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I don't even remember.
But you had saw it and said, "Oh, I'm gonna say some shit that'll probably get us flagged." But no.
Yeah, no, it's one of those infuriating ones. Again,
this is still happening in
one
this
of those
world.
moments where I totally advocate, or I think it's the example, or it's emblematic of why I became a gun owner. These fucking gnats always come around at the end of the show.
Yeah,
I think they like to do it too. But it's emblematic of why I became a gun owner. Is that, yeah, man, you could end up just living next to, moving into, they move in, whatever. But when we talk about a black person calling on their white neighbor 19 times, historically, a white person could just call and be like, yeah, I got a black neighbor. Say no more, buddy. We're outside. Come out, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like
they could just insinuate. Yeah, I mean, he's in the park looking at birds.
There's a black man outside.
He's a bird watcher. I mean, right there, something's suspicious. I mean, we get it. The bottom line is this is what's gonna happen. Y'all think MAGA and all of that stuff y'all doing, you think you're gonna just get away without any scars or scabs or bloody lips? That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You are gonna get, for the next 4 years, you're gonna try that shit and you're gonna get ultimately fucked up.
I've been saying it on stage, and I know I did it as a topic here. It's like, white people, please don't get your ass whooped this year. Like, Trump won't be there, and Pete Hegseth won't be there. Like, we're gonna be. It's just.
I said that to somebody. That's wild. You said it on stage. I said that to somebody because they were a MAGA, and they said something to me. I said, the Secret Service ain't gonna be outside.
It's not. None of that shit is right there now.
And guess what happens? I'll get to you. I'll get to you before they get to you. What is that supposed to mean? And the crowd laughed. I said, you know what it means. You know what it means.
I'm back in the gym like, eye of the tiger.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Oh, damn.
We got what, 4 days or 5 days before that? So I'm saying it again. Let's make January 20th National Turn Off Your TV Day. Do not give him the energy. There's a lot of Democrats that aren't going to show up to the inauguration. I wish that more would not show up to the inauguration. I do not like Obama laughing with this motherfucker when we know he's a threat to democracy. Stop that shit. Stop playing nice. Democrats start knuckling up. Don't show up or do the most gangster shit. I used to go to speak in juvie centers. This is juvie centers. And they would listen to me because I cuss them out and say all kind of crazy shit. Turn around, bitch. And they were like, oh, we like him. He wild. But we would bring in speakers to speak to these people at juvie centers. You know what they do? They take their chairs and they stomp them and turn their back to you while they're still in the chair. I think the Democrats during the inauguration, not maybe sitting in their chairs, but turn their back to the president. Show some fucking balls, you bitches.
Or just don't show up at all.
No, but it both.
It's like Michelle Obama's not going, and they trying to blast off about that. It's like Donald Trump did not show up for Joe Biden's inauguration, and that's just some hoe ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't show up.
Michelle Obama's a woman of class, but I think she's heard enough out of the mouths of those family.
Obama,
her old platform.
Obama, come on, man, your slip is showing. Really?
No, he's going, but Michelle's not.
I don't think he should go.
I mean, he's in the club. He's a United States president. He always was.
They do shit wrong.
He's definitely more on the righteous side.
Yeah, but they
just
do
lost
stuff.
Jimmy Carter, who was more on the righteous side for sure.
Are they following the rules? Fuck them and their rules.
That's never who Obama was.
Well,
Obama was never that. I mean, I think history will tell us, and they didn't vote for motherfucking Bobby Seale and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what this Obama wasn't that. He was just black and like a cool ass dude and like just represented a new vibe for a president. And we had never seen that. But he never came in like, if you have a white neighbor and you are black, you must kill them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was never that dude. So like, let's not put that on him. He got in the club. We put him in the club. He was a president who did, I think, a lot of great things, and also fed the military-industrial complex.
So you're saying that I wouldn't have never made it
when he went to Flint and drank the water and acted like, well, I'm just a little. I usually don't do this.
I'm a little parched.
It's fine. It's like, nigga, please don't come to Flint and do that right now. But so yeah, just like every other president, there's things that I like that he did and things that I didn't like that he did.
He already got.
and a few other presidents I like more than.
But no. I'm not giving him a pass. Fuck that. You shouldn't show up. Your woman's not showing up. You don't show up. That's how it goes. And what you're trying to say to me, Pedro, which I don't appreciate, you telling me that I wouldn't have had a shot at running for president because of my attitude? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That I wouldn't have had a shot at it? Like I wouldn't have had the day one when I won, there would have been a whole bunch of white slaves put in the camps? Yes.
I'm like he who lives in glass houses. When I do watch these, like even the Pete Hegseth confirmations, you know, for me it'd be like, Pedro, have you ever taken co-workers to a strip club? I'd be like,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, but
there's no.
I pay for my own stripper. You know what I'm saying? Like my shit would be so like, do you think being overly drunk is disqualified? And I'd be like, what do you mean by overly?
Right.
Because I can handle my shit.
You
nigga.
just say, I'm just feeling real nice right now.
Right now. And
I feel yes, I drank a few.
You should have look at all these white people looking at me. And this is what y'all do. Y'all make a nigga come in this room and you start clicking these cameras, put all these microphones in my face, right? And then you expect a nigga to do this shit sober. And I don't.
I need something to cut the edge off. All right.
Pedro's confirmation today, I'd say, did not go well.
It didn't go well at all.
Democrats, Republicans, and the stenographer.
He punched the former president in the face and then kissed his wife full on the lips.
He didn't wear pants. It's like, what?
What is going on with this country?
Yeah, I can never. I can never get through any of those hearings based on my history and the criteria.
Oh no, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it.
Neither should Pete Hegseth.
Oh no, he's going in. They're all going in. Gabby's going in. Dobie, Paul, they're digging up the bones of fucking all serial killers. Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show. And that's why, again, January, you already know what I'm asking y'all. Before we get up out of here, let's make January 20th National Turn Off Your TV Day. I will not be giving it any energy. Don't give it any energy at all. Savage AF, we're going to get up out of here. I'm going to get up out of here and go do some running around. But make sure that you check me out live. This weekend, I will be at the Ice House in Pasadena, California. And I'm about to bust a hole in all these comics. Unfortunately for them, I'm not playing. 2025, you about to get the heat. But I will be there January 18th, 9:30 show. Make sure you tell your friends. Then after that, I will be at the Flappers. That's the name of it. Flappers. In a little tiny room, doing a run in the set.
It's called the Yoo-Hoo room.
It's the little bitch ass room that they put me in. But I want my money.
It sound like the part of a chicken wing that nobody eat. Yeah, leave the little
wing, the little part at the end.
No, it's the Yoo-Hoo room.
It's the Yoo-Hoo room. I will be up there telling some jokes. Make sure you come out. Burbank. That is Sunday, January 19th at 7 p.m. Then after that, Viva Las Vegas, baby. I'll be in Vegas at the LA Comedy Club, the 27th through February 2nd. Tell you, I got a free guest list, so make sure you tell your friends. Inbox me on IG at Comedian Shang, and I will get you in. And finally, in February, Cancun, February 20th through the 24th for the Cancun Comedy Festival. LOL Comedy Experience. Be a bunch of black folks down there, somebody getting pregnant. I'm coming back with a child. I'm just saying. I'm coming back with a kid. So, little Cancun.
With the other two.
Yeah, exactly. The Cancunian. I'm going to come back with a Cancunian.
You're going to bring one, but he's going to leave two behind.
I'm going to leave the other two. So if you get a chance, go to my website, I Am Shang, and you can check out the upcoming comedy shows. I got more than that coming up too. But for now, I'm just letting y'all know you can come check me out live. It is going to be fun time. And if you're offended, like somebody who told me Sunday at Chocolate Sundays that you were very offensive and very funny, start off with very funny and then say offensive. Okay, because just because I made fun of transgender in a good way, I made it funny in a good way. It wasn't like I want them to get hurt.
Well, it's almost like Pete Hegseth being also, both overcoming odds and having false accusations, right? Where it's just like, bro, you're either offensive or funny. If you laughed at something that was offensive, it didn't offend you.
Right. Because you laughed.
Like, there's no, I don't know what they were talking about, or just they meant that they met some new, space between two worlds that usually don't meet. That's great. And that's the best comedy. Like, if you know something is like, oh shit, that's wrong, but you're laughing because I'm right. You know what I'm saying? So,
really,
as an audience member, you should recognize that, like, something can't be offensive.
It can't be both.
Yeah, like, if you
can't be both.
Laughed at it, it wasn't offensive.
I just said that
offense won't make you laugh.
And I even said at the end, I said to this nigga, I said, you are gay in every version of the multiverse. Like, every version of the multiverse, you're gay.
You just fucked up the Marvel timeline. God,
and guess what? It's okay. It's okay. In every iteration.
Was he actually gay, or he was just like...
He was actually gay. It was 3 dudes in the front. That's the dude that threw the key at Kevin Tate. That's the ones I said. It was 3 of them. And I said it. And the crowd got the joke, laughed at the joke. I said every version, and I mean, tail end.
Different. Like, it's just the job he does, right? Yeah. He's a gay florist, a gay cop.
Yeah, you're every,
gay president. In every multiverse.
Yeah, and it's a tail end game. It's every, and then they laughed, and then outside they said, "Okay, you got us." That's what, you came outside. The first thing, "Okay, you got us," and then they started singing the song from Frozen, and so yeah, they took the business. But don't heckle, don't throw keys at comics, don't say shit to a comic if you can't handle the smoke. I think that's pretty simple. I've seen Pedro call a woman every iteration of bitch on stage, to the point where the owner said,
"Fat bitch."
Where the owner said, "Is he okay?" That's wild.
The audience was with me.
They tap you on the shoulder, go, "Is he all right? Is he gonna be okay?"
Not now.
I don't. Hey man, I don't know. I mean, if you see him up there, sharpening a knife, and then I would be like, But no, I've seen you flip out, but you don't get heckled that much. I don't get heckled that much. It's rare that I get like really bad hecklers, because I'm full blast through the whole set. Fuck y'all. Listen to my jokes, bitches.
No, yeah, your pace doesn't allow for much. Like, I'm one of those motherfuckers. I tell a joke, get a good big old laugh, and then just kind of sit there, look at the audience, be like, "What do I want to tell you next?" Inside my head, and then it'll get quiet, and then that's when
next show. Yeah. But I'm like,
and I'm like, so dumbass.
Yeah, but I mean, don't heckle, and you will be fine. Savage AF, check it out. We're gonna be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday?
It is.
Yes, it is Thursday, and we're one more day. We're
Thursday now.
Yeah, we're one more day close to the end of the world as we know it. Check it. Let's make January 20th National Turn Off Your TV Day. I'm gonna have that all the way until that date, and then we're gonna do our show. We are the last line in keeping it real on this whole political process. We say it like it is because the Savage AF. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Make sure you check us out.
Thank you for listening, Treehead, while you were driving. And that's the beauty of the show. You don't need to look at us the whole time.
You could just hear,
and that we are.
You can hear Pedro's melodic tones.
Yay.
See? You can listen to Pedro's.
That's called a crescendo.
Yeah.
Crescendo.
So make sure you check us out. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank y'all for being the coolest motherfuckers on the planet.
Listen, since we got 5 days left until the
That's
new
it.
regime, just know that if you voted for Donald Trump and you are white, you are either really, really rich, really, really racist, or both. if you voted for Donald Trump and you are not white, you are either really, really rich, really, really dumb, or both. Bye.
Bye.